Hello world, how are you doing? I hope you are doing great, isn't it? So, I'm here, Mr. Sudipto Kumar Mukherjee, and I belong to Kolkata, India, West Bengal. Just would like to bring to your notice that I have been training .NET for the past many years. In fact, I am very early adopter of .NET. I started .NET almost about 20 years back, in the year 2002 I started with .NET. And .NET, I really have the earliest version of .NET compact disk at home still now with me. So I have seen .NET grow from a child and to the modern day .NET. So what I will suggest to you is that don't despair, don't give up hope in .NET. .NET is great and here to stay. .NET started with the 1.0 version and .NET grew from absolute baby without even having important language features like generics and all. Those features started introduced in the version 2.0, and then in .NET 3.5 we have got lambda expressions, links, and the .NET 3.5 is really a renaissance of .NET. I call it renaissance of .NET. So I have seen .NET grow from a child. I can tell you .NET is here to stay. .NET doesn't compete with anyone. In fact, other languages compete with .NET. So that's an assurance from a 25 years old .NET guy. I'm not 25 years old, I'm 45, but my experience with .NET is 25. Now, what's the real issue? What I really come to know is that what I get text in LinkedIn, in my from my website and all. By the way, I'm having a website which is www.supernovaservices.com. So what kind of messages I get from young people that, sir, I am preparing for interview, I'm doing it all, but unfortunately I don't get interview calls. This is one of the important thing. Now, you don't get interview calls, maybe because your resume need some kind of adjustment, which is completely understandable. So your resume need to be understood, right? That's one important thing. Now, I'll tell you, if your resume is good and if you're getting interview calls, but unfortunately you're not able to crack interviews, that is a real thing of concern. That means you are attending interviews. By the way, this is my room, this is my office room. I have a home office here in Kolkata. Okay, so coming back to the topic, so you are not able to answer interviews confidently because it's not that you lack knowledge. You have learned from all multiple sources. You have learned from YouTube. That's the first thing that everyone do, right? Learning from YouTube is great. I do also have a YouTube channel. You can search me by my name, Sudipto Kumar Mukherjee. It's a very old channel. Like I haven't posted videos for long, but recently I started posting videos which start getting some likes, and I go very deep with the concepts. Now, one of the thing is surely YouTube, or buy some courses, online video courses like Udemy, others. Tutors are absolutely fine. They really do good. Those materials are absolutely very, very good, very knowledgeable. But the problem is one, that you can't ask a video, you can't ask a YouTube, you can't ask somebody who is in the other side of the chair, right? So, like any kind of training which is not one-to-one, I mean it, which is not one-to-one, is not totally worth it, because it doesn't understand your need, your fluctuations in your mind and soul. So any kind of training which is not one-to-one doesn't help in long term, right? In long time, it doesn't really help. So what I am here for, I provide one-to-one mentorship. So for those who got stuck in interviews, not able to clear interviews, all I'll tell you is that you have to learn it yourself. That's the first mantra. And learning yourself is a little bit, given momentum when you get a good guru, good teacher who will sit beside you and will really explain you the concepts, your failure points, your pain points, right? And in interviews these days, what I really see is that interviews are interviews doesn't, we have a wrong conception that interviews means that they are actually checking how far you have memorized. No, man, it's not really true. Interviews doesn't check how far you have memorized. It tries to see how far you have an assimilated concept. It's not about the memorization. So if you fail to remember something in an interview, interviewers will not penalize you. I repeat, if someone who is in the interview panel, please comment. It's not about if you forget the syntax and something. No, they're not going to penalize you. But they are surely going to penalize you if you're not able to answer something fundamental, conceptual. So you need a very good conceptual clarity. So if you lack that clarity, they will understand that you are somehow beating around the bush. You are somehow trying to speak something. If you don't know something, stop. You don't have to keep on throw like scrap in the interview board. Don't do that. If you don't know, you just say, sir, I don't know that, which is fine. So interviewers really check to see your concepts, not your memorized stuff, because in these days of AI and all, we really don't see how far someone has memorized or can memorize, right? So once you are in the desk, you are all good with the AI tools and all. Windsurf, some companies use that, So you will be given a full free hand to work on the project by using your concepts. So you should be focusing on concepts, on the first principles, because I love to teach from first principles. I believe if your first principles, since I'm having a background of physics, I believe learning from first principles really helps. That really helps, man. So you should be learning from first principles, understand and assimilate the concepts. So in interviews, what they really do check is how much your fundamentals are clear. Because if your fundamentals are okay, you can do anything. You can be taught. What I found is that a candidate whose fundamentals are absolutely good, if you are given a little piece of code and you are able to figure out the algorithm, if you're having a sharp mind and can do things, and I promise you, they will select you. They just try to see how much charisma you are having in your mind, how much sense you do have, how much you have understood, not how much you have memorized. So these are the words that I wanted to tell you. So you have to be understanding from scratches, focus on the first principles. You need to be cloud ready. Surely interviewers see that how far you are cloud ready. Okay, the cloud readiness is important. That if you say, I don't know Azure at all, that will not be very good. So you need to be understanding some bits of the Azure concepts, how to be using Azure App Services, okay, how to be like hosting application in Azure, how to be using Azure Key Vaults and secrets and all these things, Azure functions. You should be knowing them. They are not big things, you can learn them very quickly. They're not even big things. You don't need to be a cloud engineer, but you need to understand the fundamental concepts, man. Okay, so those fundamental concepts are super important. You need to understand, but they come next. They don't come first. What does come first is your concepts. Concept is king. Okay, concept is king, and it starts from very first day. You cannot jump in concepts. So if you blabber in the interview, if you have been asked some basic question like what is dependency injection, everybody has memorized. They will say what is dependency injection. Then they might ask you question that why should we use dependency injection in this case, not anything else. Okay, why should we at all use dependency injection? Right? So you should be able to explain in very clear words, not by giving some kind of cloudy words and cloudy understanding. No, that immediately takes you off from the interview board. Okay, so they understand that your concepts, fundamentals are not clear. So if you want to learn it from scratches, from very fundamental like architectural points, you can give me a call. You can text me. My WhatsApp number is +91 933 18 97923, which is what I have also provided in the description below. So you can text me And this is not an advice, so please don't text me for, sir, what's the advice. I don't I can't give advice to anyone. I believe it's not possible in these days. It's a paid one-to-one classes. So if you are interested in spending some bucks, because you have already spent a lot of time and effort, and that didn't work well. Now if you really want to go for a little payment and would like to take my help, you can. Please come to me online. I'll help you to my best of my knowledge. Thank you. Take care.